Rajesh Nanda. Lecture Physics presently posted at Government Model Senior Secondary School, Kotli District Mandi. Before I start today's topic of optics, there is an important message for you regarding the COVID-19. To protect yourself from any kind of the infection, wash your hand regularly with the soap, wear mask properly, avoid to touch your eyes, nose and mouth with the hand, keep physical distancing in the place of the crowded area, and most important one, that is the follow the instruction given by the government time to time. Then we come to the today's topic of ray optics. Today we will discuss the refraction of light. Refraction of light, then laws of refraction, principle of reversibility of light, refraction through the parallel slab, refraction through compound slab, and then apparent depth of a liquid. Before discussing the refraction of light, we must have some basic idea regarding the reflection of light. What is reflection of light? When a light from one media fall on the surface of another medium, it bounces back in the same medium such that angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. What are the laws of the reflection of light? Angle of incidence, the angle made by the incident ray with the normal, angle made by a reflected ray with the normal, that is angle of reflection. The angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. And second law is incident ray, normal ray and reflected ray at the point of incidence all lies in the same plane. Then we come to the reflection of light. In a homogeneous medium, light travel along the straight path. But when the ray of light travel from one transparent medium into the another medium, it bend. While crossing the surface of the surface separating the two medium. This phenomena of change in path of light as it travel from one medium to another medium, when ray of light is incident obliquely, that phenomena is known as the reflection. It is also defined as phenomena of change in speed of light from one medium to another medium. Let a ray of light fall on the interface of the two media. One is rarer medium, another is a denser medium. Normal at the point of incidence N, and incident ray make angle I with the normal, that is known as the angle of incidence, and the refracted ray make angle R, angle of refraction. The laws of reflection state that incident ray, normal and to the refracting surface at the point of incidence, and the refracted ray all lie in the same plane. Second law is, for the given pair of medium and the light of given wavelength, ratio of sine of angle of incidence to sine of angle of refraction is constant, and that constant is given by mu, that is equal to the ratio of sine of angle of incidence to sine of angle of refraction. And this is also known as the Snell's law. What is Snell's law? It is a formula used to describe the relationship between the angle of incidence and angle of refraction. Snell's law states that sine of angle of incidence and sine of angle of refraction, that is a constant for the given pair of a medium. Mu is equal to sine I upon sine R. This mu is also known as the refractive index. What is refractive index? It is also called the index of refraction, is measure of bending of ray of light when passing through one medium to the another. When one of the medium is a vacuum or air, then refractive index is called absolute refractive index. Absolute refractive index is defined as ratio of velocity of light in vacuum to velocity of light in medium. There are few important points regarding this. Yes, sir. Refractive index of optically rarer medium is lower and that of denser medium is higher. Refractive index of denser medium with respect to the rarer medium is more than 1, and that for the rarer medium with respect to denser medium, that is less than 1. In refraction, velocity of light and wavelength of light changes. In refraction, the frequency and phase of light do not changes. When ray of light travel from the rarer medium to the denser medium, it bend toward the normal, and when the ray of light travel from the denser medium to that of rarer medium, it bend away from the normal. Then the principle of reversibility of light. We take the one denser medium and one is a rarer medium. Ray of light travel from the denser medium to that rarer medium to that of a denser medium, and the angle made by incident ray with the normal, that is angle of incidence, and the angle made by reflected ray with the normal, that is a angle of refraction. Ray of light is strike the interface of two media, it bend toward the normal as it enter from the rarer media to denser medium. We have taken a mirror here in the denser medium, and the ray of light that is traveling in the denser medium is reflected back. Path is reversed if it retraced the whole path in the opposite direction. That is the principle of reversibility. If ray of light, after suffering a number of reflection and refraction, has its path reversed at any stage, it travel back to the source along the same path in the opposite direction. This principle of reversibility lead to the very important information that when the ray travel from one rarer medium A to the denser medium B, then refractive index of A with respect to B medium will be equal to sin I upon sin R. This is equation number 1. And when on reversing the path, we reverse the path by use of the mirror, the ray travel from the denser medium B to that of the rarer medium A. Then the refractive index of B medium with respect to A will be equal to sin R upon sin I, as here this R will become angle of incidence. This is equation number 2. Then multiply these two equations, both respective side of the two equations are multiplied, then the resultant will be mu A to B multiplied by B to A. Sin I will cancel by the sin I, sin R will be cancelled by the sin R. Then this will become equal to 1. Or if we take this refractive index of B with respect to A to the another side, then refractive index of the A medium with respect to B will be inverse of the refractive index of the B medium with respect to A. It follows that refractive index of the medium B with respect to the medium A is equal to reciprocal of the refractive index of the medium A with respect to B. Okay. A natural consequences of the principle of reversibility is that the image and object positions can be interchanged. These positions are called conjugate positions. Then refraction through the parallel slab. Let us take a glass slab. A ray of light is incident on the interface of the two media. It enters the denser media, it bends toward the normal, and the angle made by incident ray with the normal, that is angle of incidence, and a refracted ray make angle of refraction R1 with the normal. Then the mu A to B, refractive index of the medium A with respect to B, will be equal to sin I1 upon sin R1. And as it goes from strike the interface of the two media from denser to that of rarer, then refractive index of the B medium with respect to A will be equal to sin I2 divided by sin R2. This is equation number 2. Multiply the respective side. We know that the multiplication of this mu refractive index of A with respect to B multiplied by refractive index of B with respect to A, that is equal to 1. Then from these two equation, sin I1 upon R1, sin R1 multiplied by sin I2 divided by sin R2, that will be 1. That means I1 is equal to R2. Angle of incidence is equal to angle of emergence, and I2 will be equal to R1. Okay. Then we come to the lateral shift. We have taken the glass slab, a ray of light come from the A and strike the interface of the two media at O. Angle made with the normal by the incident ray, that is I, and get refracted, bend toward the normal, and angle made with the normal by the refracted ray, that is R. It strike the refracted rays, strike the interface of the two media and get emerged out along the Q to B. Angle made here is R, and a refracted ray from the glass to that of air will be equal, make the angle of emergence E equal to that of angle of incidence I. If we extra plot this incident ray, we see that emergent ray and incident ray are parallel but get shifted through the distance D. If we draw perpendicular from the point Q at K on the incident ray, the distance D, that give the lateral shift. And the lateral shift, what is lateral shift? The perpendicular distance between incident ray and emergent ray when light is incident obliquely on a parallel sided refracting slab. That is called the lateral shift. Here from the triangle OKQ, we see this triangle OKQ, this angle, this is angle I, then whole angle will be, this whole angle will be I, but the angle made by refracted ray, that is R here. Then this angle KOQ, that will be I minus R, this whole I less by the R, I minus R. Then the sine of angle I minus R will be equal to, from this triangle, that will be equal to OK divided by OQ. OK, that is the lateral shift D divided by OQ. So D from here will be equal to OQ sine I minus R. Okay. This is equation number 1. Then from the right angle triangle OQ, O n dash Q, we have cos R, that is equal to O n dash divided by OQ. O n, that is the width of this glass slab. Then T upon OQ. So this OQ will be equal to T divided by cos R. Using this value in the equation number 1, then D will come out to be equal to OQ, that is equal to T upon cos R multiplied by the sin I minus R, that is equal to D, the lateral shift. From here we come to know that the lateral shift produced by glass slab increases with increase in the thickness, as you will see that D is directly proportional to T, and increases with the angle of incidence, and also increases by the refractive index of the slab. Then the refraction through a compound slab. We take the compound slab, compound plate of the two medium. One is a denser medium, another is another denser medium. One can be taken water and other is a glass slab. Outside this is a rarer medium. It can be vacuum or air. Ray of light incident at the interface of the medium A to B and then get refracted and enter from the B medium to that of C medium, and then from the C medium it emerges out in the same medium or in the air back. Then for the case of when the light enter from A medium to B medium, ray strike at the point O, making an angle of incidence I1. Then the refractive index of A medium with respect to B will be equal to sin I1 divided by sin R1. R1 is the angle of refraction. The ray of light goes from the O and strike at the interface of the two medium B to C at the point Q and make the angle of refraction R2. Then the refractive index of B medium with respect to C medium will be equal to sin R1 divided by sin R2. R1 is angle of incidence here and R2 is angle of refraction from B to C medium. This is equation number 2. Then finally the ray of light from the Q strike at the R, separating the two medium C and again emerges out in the rarer medium from to the A. Then the refractive index of C with respect to A will be equal to sin R2 divided by sin I1. This is equation number 3. R2 is angle of incidence here and I1 is the angle of refraction here. Multiply these three equation, corresponding of sides of the three equation are multiplied. Then we come to the mu A to B multiplied by mu B to C, mu multiplied by mu C to A will be equal to sin I1 upon sin R1 multiplied by sin R1 divided by sin R2 multiplied by sin R2 divided by sin I1. Then you will see that here sin R1 will cancel the sin R1, sin R2 will cancel the sin R2, sin I1 will cancel the sin I1. Then mu A to B multiplied by mu B to C multiplied by mu C to A will be equal to 1. Or we can say that this mu B A to B multiplied by B to C will be equal to C to A, 1 upon C to A. Then C to A refractive index will be inverse of the A to C. Okay. Or B to C refractive index will be equal to A to C refractive index divided by A to B. Okay. Apparent depth of the liquid. For that we have a simple experiment. As a consequence of refraction, depth of an object lying inside a optically denser medium appear to be less than its real depth. For that we take the water and air a point object O lying inside the optically denser medium. Let O be the point object lying inside the liquid. A ray of light from O to A is incident normal to the surface of liquid, and A goes along the A to L. Another ray of light along the O to B strike at the interface of the two media, enter from the denser to rarer media, and then it bend away from the normal. Two ray, if this refracted ray is extrapolated in this direction, then the two rays appear to come from the eye. Object, though lying at the O, appear to come from the eye. Then this A to I is apparent depth of the object, and A to O, that is real depth of the object. In the triangle OBN, this is angle I, and angle NBC, this NBC, this is angle of refraction R. Then the refractive index of the A medium with respect to B medium will be equal to sin I upon sin R. We know that this refractive index of the A with respect to B will be equal to sin R upon sin I. This is inverse. Therefore, angle AOB, this angle AOB, that is equal to angle I. OBN is equal to OBN. This angle, these are the two parallel lines cutting the cut by this line. Then this angle I will be equal to this angle I. And here the sin I will be equal to, from this triangle OAB, sin I will be equal to AB divided by OB, and the sin R will be equal to AB upon IB. From the triangle IAB, this triangle, from this triangle, this angle is R. This angle is R, then this angle will also be the R. From this smaller triangle, sin R will be equal to AB upon IB. Using this value of sin I and sin R in the mu A to B will be equal to sin I upon sin R, then this equation become sin I, we use the AB upon IB, and sin I, we use the AB upon IB. Here we use the value of the sin I and sin R. Sin R, that is equal to AB upon IB, and sin I, that is equal to AB upon OB. AB will cancel, then the refractive index of A with respect to B medium will be equal to OB upon IB. This B point lies very close to each other. Since the aperture of our eye that is small, the two rays from A to L and B to C will enter the eye only when this A is very close to B. A and B are close. In that situation, this OB will be approximately equal to OA and IB will be approximately equal to IA. Then refractive index of the medium A with respect to B will be equal to, instead of using the OB, we use the OA, and IB we use the IA. OA is O to A is real depth, and I to A, that is a apparent depth. Then refractive index of the A with respect to B will be equal to real depth divided by apparent depth. Then the apparent shift. What is apparent shift? Object is raised from O to I. Here this appear to come from the I. The distance OI, this distance O to I, through which the object appeared to be raised is called the normal shift or the apparent shift. And that is given by the difference of OA minus that of IA. We take the OA common here, then IA will be divided by OA. Then OA will be equal to 1 minus I upon OA divided by IA. This value is equal to mu of A to B. Then the apparent shift is given by T into 1 minus 1 upon refractive index of A with respect to B medium. It is noted that a real depth of object, the thickness of refracting medium depends it may be pointed out that normal shift in the position of object depend upon real depth of the object, thickness of refracting medium and the refractive index of the medium. It is observed in the rarer, if the observer is in the rarer medium and object is in the denser medium, then the apparent height is less than that of the real height. For the birds looking to the fish in the liquid, the fish appear to be nearer than that of actual depth. And if the observer is in the denser medium, object is in the rarer medium, then apparent height is greater than that of the real depth. For the fish, the bird appear to be farther than the actual. Let us now summarize the whole of the today's module. Today we have discussed about the refraction of light. Refraction is the phenomena of change in path of light as it travels from one medium to another medium. It is also defined as the phenomena of change in the speed of light from one medium to another medium. Then we have discussed the laws of refraction. First law states that incident ray, normal and refracted ray all lie in the same plane. Second law states for a given pair of the medium and for the light of given wavelength, the ratio of sine of angle of incidence to sine of angle of refraction, that is constant. That is also known as a Snell's law, and that is given by the mu, that is equal to sine I upon sine R. Then we have discussed the principle of reversibility of light. What is that? If a ray of light after suffering any number of reflection and refraction has its path reversed at any stage, it travels back to the source along the same path in the opposite direction. Then we have discussed about the lateral shift. Lateral shift, what is that? The perpendicular distance between the incident ray and emergent ray when light is incident obliquely on the parallel side of reflecting slab, that is called the lateral shift. Then we have discussed the apparent depth of the liquid. As a consequence of refraction, depth of an object lying inside the optically denser medium appear to be less than that of the real depth, and the refractive index of the medium B with respect to A denser to that of rarer, that is the equal to the ratio of the real depth to depth of that of the apparent depth, and the object appear to be raised, and the distance through which the object appear to be raised from the normal position, that is called the normal shift. And the next day we will discuss the total internal reflection in nature and its technological application. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.